Good day, my name is Annika Potgieter and this is my JLZ 300 exam equivalent project. I will be teaching natural sciences for grade 7. The topic I have chosen for this lesson is acids, bases and neutrals. JLZ 300 has taught me many things that I will one day use in my teaching practice, but I have highlighted the most relevant concepts. 1. The importance of instructional communication. This class has taught me a lot about conveying complex and sometimes abstract concepts such as pH in a clear and concise way. It has also taught me the importance of using multiple methods to convey instructions, especially in a scientific environment where potential safety hazards are commonplace. 2. Classroom management. Classroom management is incredibly important in science, especially since bad management can lead to injuries. Science classrooms are organized differently from other classrooms, in that they are bigger and they have laboratory tables. Managing learners in these environments are important not only for their safety, but also for preserving the expensive equipment in the laboratory. 3. Learner diversity. Every learner has a different learning style, and when teaching complicated concepts, it is vital that these learning styles are accommodated so that no learner is left behind. This is also relevant to language barriers that learners may have. Providing instructions that accommodate various learning styles will give learners with difficulties understanding the language more ways to learn the content. 4. Science must be learnt actively. One cannot simply teach science from the book. The beauty of science is that it lends itself to active, hands-on learning. JLZ has taught me the importance of finding creative methods to encourage active learning. Instructional communication in science. 1. Pedagogical language skills in science. In my lesson, I will make use of various pedagogical language skills, including 1. Operative language. I will need to provide my learners with clear instructions on how to perform the taste test, as well as how to safely boil cabbage water during the experiment portion of the lesson. 2. Interactive language. I will have to ensure that while the groups are having fun doing the experiment, they must also progress and finish their write-ups. The groups will also have to be encouraged to work collaboratively when boiling the cabbage water, since every group member will have to play a role. 3. Informative language. I must teach the abstract concept of pH using strategies learners can concretely understand, such as diagrams, like the pH scale on the Jamboard, and tactile methods such as tasting various samples. Number 2. Think, pair, and share. Think, or in this case, taste test and then think. The learners will have to taste each sample and then think about what they are tasting. Pair. In their groups, learners will discuss what they are tasting in order to help them fill out their worksheets. And share. At the end of the lesson, the whole class will share their thoughts on whether what they have tasted is acidic, basic, or neutral. 3. During the whole lesson, I will have to make use of empathetic listening. In order to encourage learners to share what they are learning with me, as well as their classmates, I will have to show genuine interest and enthusiasm for the activities. Tasting unknown samples could be dangerous, so I must make myself available to address any concerns that the learners may have. 4. My credibility in the scientific laboratory is crucial, since I will need to build trust with my learners in a potentially dangerous environment. Through my specialized scientific content and practical knowledge, I will convey a sense of authority on the subject, thereby opening myself up to answer any questions and address any safety concerns or accidents that may occur, such as dropping glass, with full confidence in my skills from the learners. 5. A clear lesson structure will ensure a smooth and effective lesson. The lesson is structured in such a way that knowledge will be built on intrigue, which will further build knowledge. This will ensure that the significance of every step in the lesson plan is understood and clearly convey the information that is to be learned, from sparking interest through the taste testing to explaining what pH is, then conducting the cabbage water experiment to further solidify the concept of pH as well as indicators, to ending off with a class-wide discussion about the pHs of various substances. The science class is a brilliant place to encourage social engagement and collaborative learning. During any experiment, it is important to encourage shared responsibility over the safety of yourself and your group mates. And group-driven experiments are a phenomenal way to encourage active participation, as it gives learners the opportunity to engage in multiple learning styles and work collaboratively to solve a problem and answer a question. Inclusivity in science. 1. Language diversity. It is important to take into account that not every learner will be fully proficient in English. Providing them with a tactile experiment and encouraging learning by doing will ensure that they will understand the content with little need for language. 2. Accommodating learning style diversity. A socially interactive, tactile, visual, self-driven experiment accommodates many learning styles. 3. The importance of establishing clear expectations. By setting clear expectations for group behavior and participation, I will create a shared sense of responsibility for the classroom environment. In conclusion, effective communication skills are fundamental to successful teaching. In my future teaching practice, I will recognize that clear, engaging, and inclusive communication is essential for fostering a positive learning environment. Making use of the communication strategies that I've learnt in JLZ and building teaching credibility will allow me to communicate in the most effective and efficient way possible. I anticipate the challenge of effectively teaching learners with a language barrier. I will overcome this barrier by making use of scaffolding techniques like visual aids and hands-on learning. I will also remain patient and maintain a solution-oriented mindset. Classroom management in a laboratory is also challenging, but I will overcome this by setting clear expectations and remaining open and flexible to new management and teaching methods.